Guys, I'm back with another video. It's been a long time. I think I posted like 4 months ago when it came to chapter reviews, but I'm back now and I'm here to talk about the latest chapter of Black Clover, chapter 322. This chapter was absolutely insane, but without further ado, let's get into the chapter. So, oh my gosh, there's a lot to say. This chapter was really good, in my opinion, because we have, first and foremost, we have Asta and Noct standing side by side with each other, and Noct is actually here, I'm assuming, because he knows that he's the only one that could stand even with Lucifero's gravity magic activated, because of his fortitude armor that he has with his devil combination spell or technique. And we see that Noct is actually able to stand, and he's here side by side with Asta because we all saw Asta got destroyed. So Asta really needs a helping hand or a shoulder to lean on when it comes to actually standing up and competing with this gravity magic that is so intense and immense. And so Noct, we can see that Noct is actually helping Asta like stand up, or he's protecting him at least. And Noct is actually there for Asta so that him and Asta could do like some sort of attack on Lucifero, because Noct says that he doesn't want Asta on the battlefield because of how beat up he is, but he hates to admit it, but he knows that he needs Asta because he is the key to defeating Lucifero due to his anti-magic being so potent in defeating Lucifero. Because we've seen like Lucifero can take damage against Asta's anti-magic, because we saw him get that little paper cut, and we saw his horn get kind of cut off by Asta's sneak attack. So we all know that it's effective against Lucifero's gravity magic, or Lucifero himself. And we can see that Yuno and Mereoleona are fighting Lucifero, holding their own against him, but at the same time still struggling. It's even impressive that they've lasted this long against him, because anybody else, they would have gotten destroyed. And we can see that Yuno and Mereoleona are doing relatively well, because the captains chapters ago were getting bodied by Lucifero one by one. So seeing Mereoleona and Yuno do their thing out there, it speaks volume to their strength and power. So it's really cool to see Yuno and Mereoleona do their thing out there. And yeah, it just shows how strong Yuno and Mereoleona have become over like the past few events that's happened in this story, because we've always known that Mereoleona and Yuno are insane. We never expected this matchup or team up. So seeing them side by side really doing the damn thing against Lucifero is absolutely insane. Yuno later states that his and Mereoleona's attacks aren't really effective against Lucifero, because Lucifero easily pushes them off all the time. So they are struggling, but they're still doing pretty well against him. And we get this panel of Lucifero, which was drawn perfectly, by the way. He actually calls the second Supreme Devil's name Andramelech. And this man's reaction was priceless. This man Andramelech was like, "Why are you talking to me? Go do your thing, worry about yourself, don't worry about me." Because he states that, why bother? He says something like, why should I like watching this battle right here. So you can kind of see that the monarchy or the hierarchy in the demon world isn't really there, because Andramelech, this man is the second Supreme Devil, right? So he's lower than Lucifero, but that doesn't mean anything, because this man is actually challenging, or not challenging, but kind of disobeying Lucifero's orders, since he is like the one of the rulers of the demon world, right? So he should have some sort of authority against. But Andramelech doesn't really care, because he easily disobeys Lucifero, and this man says, "You bastard." So it just tells you that Lucifero isn't really respected. He's not really that big guy, I'm the boss type of person that we've always expected him to be. Even though he is a badass, he's not really respected in his own world, because we can see that Andramelech disobeyed him easily. So I'm so interested in seeing, so this is the second Supreme Devil, do his thing. I want to see this man's power, because if he's easily denying or disobeying this man Lucifero, then this guy is absolutely broken. Like, his abilities may come in handy for the heroes, or it may be the worst like possible matchup against the heroes. But either way, I'm super excited to see what this guy could do. And Mereoleona pops up out of nowhere and says to Lucifero that he isn't popular at all, and goes for a punch, but he dodged it pretty easily. And we see that as Mereoleona is attacking, her arm is kind of disformed, and in the next panel we see that Mereoleona's new form is kind of running out, because we can see like her real body or her real skin actually reveal itself. So it's basically showing that Mereoleona is actually running out. Her form is running out. But one thing that Andromelic says is that Mereoleona is like, she already like surpassed her limits, right? Because she already passed the human boundaries of any human involved in mana. And he says that, and no, it's not he says, Mereoleona is actually becoming mana itself, due to her mana actually reaching a higher level. Because we see that Mereoleona, she's like becoming fire itself. So she may even be a Logias user from One Piece, right? So it shows that Mereoleona is getting even more insanely powerful, right? And so as she is about to attack Lucifero does like a counterattack punch, and if she was to take this hit, Mereoleona would have been dead, obviously. But fortunately, Yuno comes in with this star magic to basically switch places with Mereoleona to save her, and he actually ends up taking a hit. And this really reminded me of Sasuke's Rinnegan ability, where he can actually switch places with the person he wants to switch with. So that was really cool. And so Yuno basically takes the hit, and he is just sent flying, right? He's just sent flying through the air, and crazy shit happened. And then Noct comes in with his shadow magic and uses basically his two demons. I get so mixed up, but he combines his two demons named Canis and Equius, and he creates this new form that we have never seen before. It's like a dog Herbius type of thing, and we just see this man summon two sentient dogs, right? These two demon dogs, large as hell, and I feel like it's like a ceiling type of magic, because both of these dogs grab Lucifero by the arm, hold him in the air basically, and this was used so that Asta can come in and actually sneak Lucifero again. And Asta's actually holding Yami's sword, and we can see a little bit of anti-magic dribbling from it, right? So they were going to do a combo attack, right, on Lucifero, but Lucifero easily gets out of it with no problem, right? He easily gets out of it, and Asta is left vulnerable from an attack from Lucifero, and he's going to die. If Noct didn't get away, which ends up happening, Noct actually gets in the way and sacrifices his own body for Asta, because if he didn't, Asta would have died, showing Asta and Noct's relationship kind of grow. Because I don't think in a million years Noct would have sacrificed himself for Asta. So him doing this really shows like Asta and Noct's relationship grow over the years. It's really good, right? So Noct actually goes in front of Asta to protect him from an attack, and you can see that his body, his armor is just gone. It's just Noct himself, right? It's just Noct himself, and Noct says to himself, he has like an inner dialogue with himself, saying that I will finally see you again, Morgan. I could finally apologize to you, because we all know like Noct's backstory. Like he he feels like in his mind that he killed Morgan, so he wants to pay him back, and basically he wants to like, I don't know, I'm having such a long time with this, but he basically wants to atone for what he did to Morgan, right? And so as he's in front of Asta, the hype is real. The boy Yami Sukahiro comes in and saves Noct and Asta, and this man says, "What the hell do you think you're doing, vice captain of the Black Bulls?" Oh my goodness. This was hype in it itself. The best. It was the epitome of hype, bro. We see Yami in the cut. Yeah, he kind of looks rough, but he looks better because last time we saw him he was kind of crackling, but he looks great. And he has this new sword with him. It's like a wooden sword because it has like a branch as its hilt. So it definitely tells me that William had something to do with that sword creation. And so we basically may see a William and Yami team up to take out Lucifero, like a World Tree Magic and a Dark Magic boot like combination attack, right? And I am so excited to see what Yami would do here because Yami, like him being in the underworld him being like stuck to the underworld or whatever, must have given him some sort of power boost or mana like increase. So I want to see what Yami's about to do here because this is so hype, right? And I'm even curious if William would come in the cut. My boy William gets no love, bro. But yeah, I'm so curious for what William would do, honestly. I hope William comes in there and him and Yami do some sort of crazy duo attack against Lucifero. But guys, this was such an amazing chapter. This chapter was absolutely insane, bro. We may even get like a quadruple attack with Yami, Noct, William, and Asta, Yuno, and Mereoleona. This is stacked. This team is stacked. But even with all of them, I don't see them doing anything against Lucifero. But they have such a strong chance now since Yami and William are now in the cut. So who knows, bro? This is going to be an insane fight, showdown, whatever the hell you want to call it. But guys, this was an amazing chapter, and I'm so glad that our boy Yami is back. So guys, thank you guys for watching this chapter review, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.